Hi viewers, welcome back to Sahara TV. We've been talking all morning about the recent killings on Nigerian campuses. The University of Port off campus, a village near the school named as Alu Community, and also the killing at Mubi Polytechnic in Adamawa. And we've spoken with a brother of one of the deceased from Adamawa State, and also we've spoken with Mr. Lanre Legacy, who was a former student union at the Obafemi Awolowo University. But right now, just to give us more insight as to why people will do stuff like this, like the killing in Alu, and why a community will result into such a brutal killing, we'll be speaking with Dr. Uzoma Okoye, and she's a social work educator at the University of Nigeria, Nsukka. She graduated with a bachelor's degree in social work and sociology, and also got her master's in social work in 1996. Now she received a PhD in social gerontology in 2002. Dr. Okoye, welcome to Sahara TV. Hello, Dr. Okoye.
Yes.
Welcome to Sahara TV.
Thank you very much, Adela. Thank you.
So, Dr. Okoye, I'm sure that you've heard about all the killings and you've probably seen the video. Did you see the video of the killing of the Uniport guys?
I have the video, but I was advised not to see it. That if I see it, I may not be myself. So I decided to see it. But my kids all saw the video.
I didn't see it either. I could not bring myself to watch it, but I saw the pictures, and the pictures alone were enough for me to, just be overcome with terror. So having seen the pictures and, having heard everything that happened in the news, we're just wondering, as a social worker, what is it that makes people or a community, to act in such a brutal way?
Yeah, I think what actually happened was that people have been getting away with this kind of crime in Nigeria. Why this is different is because it was captured on video.
Yes.
People now saw it and felt really bad about it and felt terrible. But believe you me, Adela, this kind of, what they call it jungle justice in Nigeria. That is the language we use, jungle justice. This kind of jungle justice has been going on in Nigeria. I mean, in Anambra State 2 years ago, we have cases of Bakassi boys killing. They come to the village square, they kill people openly and all that. So it is not so. The people that did it thought it was still business as usual. But thank God for social media that somebody got this on tape and put it out there, and there's this now huge outcry about it. And I think I really think this is good. Why do people behave this way?
Yeah.
People behave this way because in Nigeria, you can get away with almost anything. And so when you know you can get away with almost anything, then you can do anything. If somebody had been punished for stealing, even if they stole the laptops or they stole BlackBerry, I mean, I don't know law courts where they can be taken to and tried. But people do these things and get away with it. And so that is why they did it, because they thought it was business as usual.
So, but what is it that triggers in a person's brain that it's okay to do something like this? Is it possible that they themselves have been through some hard time, or what? What is it that makes somebody's heart, that makes someone hurting their heart as bad as that, to actually kill 4 human beings at a time, and like a whole community was there?
Yeah, I think one of the things that could harden people's heart is experience. Maybe somebody had gone through a bad experience. Maybe one of them somewhere had lost a laptop, or you had lost your valuable, and you are like, okay, if they said this person, because many of them do not even know what happened. Believe you me, if you ask people that were on that video what those young men did, they don't know. They just saw, if you know the way mob action is. Mob action, everybody is doing one thing. They don't even know what they are doing. They don't know why they are doing it, and everybody joins in doing it. Then also look at what people watch on TV. In Nigeria today, you look at some of these Nigerian movies, you see the Bakassi influence where somebody is being burnt alive. When people see these things, they don't know it is make-believe. They think it's life. They think it's real. Therefore, it is something they can do. After all, somebody was filming the process. Are you sure the person that was filming the process was filming it because he felt it was bad? He may have been filming the process to, to enjoy it, to have something on video, not necessarily because he felt that what he was filming was really something terrible.
There's a question about that as well, that which one is ethical, to get it on camera or to try to save the guys that were being killed,
Really, that is a big $1 million question.
But at the same time, if the person didn't get it on camera, then we wouldn't have known what happened.
Exactly. If we didn't get it on camera, there would be a lot of stories going on. It happened against it's your word against mine, and anything could have been said. But because the guy got it on camera, we were able to appreciate what actually went wrong. And what has been happening at Diola, this is not the only place this kind of thing has happened. But we have it on video. That is why people are reacting. And somehow I have this thing that this reaction may to some extent bring an end or bring, put a process in motion that will stop this idea of jungle justice.
I'm coming back to ask about the video if you think it has an impact, but quickly my next question is, how much does a person's upbringing, how much role does it have to play in being involved in that kind of community upbringing?
A lot. 85%. Okay. Upbringing in terms of where you live, who you live with, the kind of school you went to, the kind of environment you live in. It has a lot to do, because if they allow people, there are people that abhor violence, people that follow law and order, where human beings have a way of behaving. Children are taught the value of life, that life is something that you don't make, therefore you shouldn't toy with it. If the youth of that community, they have this value system, I don't think they will ever consider killing those kids the way they did.
But
also,
go ahead.
Also because many of their parents were there. Couldn't elders come and say this is not right, even if the young people do not know? So I think it's part of the whole community. Is an
it's a community mentality, so to say. Because
exactly.
I was about to ask you when you talked about upbringing that. So whose fault is it if somebody is not brought up that way? And then you talked about their parents being there and saying what happened. So I'm gonna move on to my next question. Do you think that this video will have an impact? Like, does that mean now we can expect an end to such brutal killings in Nigeria, or do you think it would just be one of those videos that would be forgotten?
No. On the floor of Syria the other day, this thing took only 20 minutes of their time or 30. In the House of Representatives, the same thing. The president had even sent a representative to the. I think this is going to, it's going to sound a note of warning to people who may likely engage in this act, that somebody somewhere is with a phone, with a camera, and can get this thing out there. Because the faces of people that did this thing are now known. In fact, if you in the Nigerian TV, they went into the community and no single human being could be seen around. In other words, they don't know. Yes, if I know I'm going to do something bad and they will capture me on video, the world will see. Definitely, I won't do that. Yeah. People commit crime because they are faceless.
Yeah. So
they know they can get away with it.
So in a way, social media is helping us to, get an end to events like that. Okay. So my last question is: you've been to other countries and probably attended seminars on social work and stuff like that. I'm sure you've been to other countries to see how they operate. What is it that other countries have in place to prevent things like this from happening that we don't have in Nigeria? I'm not saying that it doesn't happen in other countries. There are killings, even here in the US. You will hear like a gunman shot 20 people in a movie theater, things like that. But it's not like a whole community partaking in it.
Yeah.
So what is it that they have in place in other countries that we don't, to prevent this from happening?
One of the things I believe, when people that watched the video and told me, the youth of that community saw that as like an entertainment. It was like something entertaining. Invariably, there may be no youth center in such a community where people can go play football, enjoy themselves, listen to music. If you have something in place, a social worker is there to offer you counseling services if you have need for it. I don't think the young people would have, done this. We find that in Nigeria, social work is just, we're not even recognized up till now. We don't have like an act. And it's an all-commerce affair. Anybody can become a social worker if you want to. If you call yourself a social worker, you become one. It's unlike in the US where you have to have registration, you have to register, you have to pass the exams, all the qualifying exams and so on, and you have the certificate. And that enables the government can now entrust you with such, such a center, a youth center, a counseling center.
So like youth empowerment.
Can come to. Exactly.
So we need more of youth empowerment, like empowerment centers in our various communities.
Youth empowerment is not just bringing money like government would do. They would think bringing money. No. Money is okay. But you also need to talk to these young people. They need somebody to talk to them.
And don't forget, a lot of them don't forget, a lot of them don't have jobs, and some of them may have even graduated from school and couldn't get a job.
Yes, that is also another thing. Many of them don't have jobs, and for them, it's entertainment, it's pastime, something to, killing people, putting it on TV. Everybody is listening, doing bonfire. It's all part of this. There's something wrong with the system.
Yeah. All right.
There's very wrong with the system.
So.
Unfortunate.
Yeah, so hopefully this will be an end to such brutal killings in Nigeria. Do you have any last word before because we're about to run out of time?
For the families of these young people, it is sad. It's very, very sad that this thing happened. But they may have to see their children as martyrs who, by their killing, this kind of thing will never happen in our country again. The blood of their children will make this not to happen again. My heart goes out to all these mothers like myself who had to suffer this. It's just unfortunate, and I pray that God will console them in His own way.
Amen. I understand them seeing their children as martyrs, but it's not easy, It's very difficult. All right. Thank you so much, Dr. Okoye, for joining us today and sharing more light on what actually happened and why people decided to do things like this. And I'm sure that our viewers have learned one or two things today. Thanks a lot for joining us.
Thank you, Adela. Thank you very much.
All right, viewers, that has been Dr. Okoye telling us about why people would take laws in their hands and why some of the things happen in Nigeria. So don't go away. We have the roundtable coming up, so stay tuned. We'll be right back.